Sorry, my mouth was full of pretzels. Your name is Kanaya Merriam. You are one of the few of your kind who can withstand the blistering Alternian sun, and perhaps the only who enjoys the feel of its rays. As such, you are one of the few of your kind who's taken a shining to landscaping. You've cultivated a lush oasis around your hive, and in particular, you've honed your craft through the art of topiary, sculpting your trees to match the puffy oracles from your dreams. You've embraced the tool of this trade, which conveniently is the weapon of choice for those who would hunt the heinous broods of the undead which crawl from the sand at sunrise to feast on the light and the living. It'd be convenient if you actually hunted them, but it is, of course, far too dangerous. Every bit as suicidal as attempting to poach the terrible muscle beasts who roam at night. So you indulge your bright fascination with the grim through literature. Just before the sun goes down, and you join her flora in rest, you immerse yourself in tales of rainbow drinkers and shadow droppers and forbidden passion. You are one of the few of your kind with jade green blood. As such, you're one of the few who could be selected and raised by a virgin mother grub, an event so rare as to elude documented precedent. She would defend you from desert threats, and though her life would be short, in time you would assure her of progeny. You are one of the few of your kind whose affection for the aesthetic strongly overpowers instinctive regard for the utilitarian. As such, you're one of the few of your kind who has developed a zeal for fashion and design and lively, colorful patterns. You decorate your hive with flora and fabric as delicately or aggressively as inspiration demands. You are a seamstress, or a rag ripper, or a tree trimmer, or a lumberjack, whichever you care to be. And your unique hive is equipped with a great supply of advanced technology to accommodate your interests. The technology, and indeed the hive itself, were all recovered from the ruins nearby when you were very young. The seed of your hive was deployed on the volcanic rocks beneath the sand, with the assistance of your Lucis and her remarkable burrowing skills, and you've lived there happily together since. You know the ruins, and the hive, and everything here that is not sand and rock originated from the world of your dreams. You also know that one day you'll visit the world while you're awake. That day's today. Your troll tag is Grim Auxiliatrix, and you tend to enunciate each word you speak very clearly and carefully. What will you do? Kanaya equips the chainsaw. What chainsaw? You're quite sure there is no chainsaw leaning on that bookshelf. There is, however, a tube of lipstick on the floor. Fine, equip that then. Alright, let's settle down. No need to get hysterical. Oh, there goes your wardrobe afire again. Never a dull moment in fashion when the randomized cycle is on. Kanaya applies. You can choose between your trademark jade or black, even though a troll's lips are naturally black. But they can always be blacker, and a lady with a true sense of style knows this. In any case, you think you'll go mix things up and go with green for a while. Kanaya answers CC. Hello. Hey. Kanaya, hi. Glub, 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 glub. You seem more excited than usual, or less, I can't tell. Help me tell without saying glub. Glub, 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 glub. I'm going to type this face now, even though no one knows how to make a mouth do a question shape like that. Haha, sorry. I can't really control the glubs. Yes, you can. But that's fine. You can glub to the content of your collapsing and expanding bladder-based aquatic vascular system if it means you're excited about something. I am excited. Okay, why? Everything we're about to do next is exciting. It is always exciting. I'm excited. Achoo! It looks like one of your letters got away from you. Haha, yeah. I really launched that one. You forked an innocent D loitering over there by the shout pole minding its own business. Hee glub glub glub. Hey, let's stop being for a minute. Yeah, sure. I am just worked up about this game. It'll be great. I've been waiting a long time to get started. We all have. I thought so. I've been cloaked in a mood of perpetual anticipation for some time as well. We should compare notes, even though we're on different teams. Well, not really. Really? See, this is why we should be comparing notes. What notes would you like to submit for comparison? Well, I'm gonna join my team pretty late. I think I have to. I'll need to connect after my goofball Moira does so I can keep my goggles on. His nefarious escapades. It's a tough job, but it's important. Everyone has an important job to do. Yeah. Isn't that what you're doing too? Joining late to keep an eye on yours? I don't know for a fact that she is mine. Haha, you're not supposed to know for a fact, dummy. You just do what you think is right. And even if you're wrong, the worst that happened was you helped somebody and helped the whole world too. I know. But what if I don't really want her to be that? Glub 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 shrug. Yeah, glub glub shrug is the right attitude, I think. Our minds are already made up anyway, aren't they? Yes, probably. Your clouds tell you everything, so what do you even have to worry about? They don't tell me everything. Just as I am sure she doesn't whisper everything to you. That's true. Oh shucks, I'm gonna get sad. She'll be gone soon. Though I guess it'll be a relief not to have to worry about keeping her voice down anymore. I wonder if any other kid on the planet has as many burdens in the fire as you. I doubt it. They aren't burdens. Okay, I guess they are. Haha. But I love them and I wouldn't have it any other way because this is why I'm here. On that note, I think I'm going to say goodbye to her. Maybe you should too, while you have the chance. Even though I'll see her again soon, which it still kind of seems strange to me. But that's why this is all so exciting. Kanaya, bye! Cuttlefish Kohler ceased trolling Grim Auxiliatrix. Kanaya checks on her Lucis. You'd nearly forgotten. Today her time would come. Maybe you should be there for her final moment. But then, it isn't exactly final, is it? Death is pretty confusing without the finality. It's too late. You better change back to your work clothes. No point in getting a good dress dirty. Kanaya goes downstairs. She brought you this far, now to live up to your end of the bargain. Kanaya operates. Kanaya capture logs that thing. She secures the matriarch through her chastity modus, safe and sound. She'll serendipitously discover the key to unlock this card when and only when she's ready to use this item, and not a moment before. Look at this mess. All this blood and sunlight is stirring bright feelings within. You often fantasize about being a true rainbow drinker from your literature. It'd be a life of darting between the shadows of persecution and being misunderstood, and of romance. You would drink heavily from its multicolored well, and the hemospectrum would be your wine list, preceding the great feast of passion. Surely it couldn't hurt, while no one is looking. Just a taste. Kanaya meddles with Moirael. What? I just want to know, is your Lucis dead yet? You then proceed to have the rest of this conversation we already read. Bugging and fussing and meddling through the special and magical union one can only describe as being in Moira allegiance with another. At least, you guess that's how you would describe it, maybe. Troll romance sure is confusing. You'll put her out of your mind for a while. It should be hours before you have to connect with her anyway. Might as well pack this thing up and head inside. Oh, what now? What could this guy want? It never ends. Can I answer CA? Can make her talk to me. You do something. Who? You're no good conniving fucking backstab and girl crush, that's who. Overstating our relationship won't make me feel very cooperative. It's paler red than that, okay? Psh, that's the fucking laughing you know. Everyone does. So help me out. Oh, tell her to talk to me. I think she blocked me. You got to. Why do I got to? I don't got to, and every time you take my help for granted, I feel like I got to a little less. Whatever, you are oh, the village two-wheel device when it comes to hospitizing? You can't let a grudge go by. You won't stick your busy stem betwixt. So get it with the program, pussy fangs. If your slander weren't so predictable, I'd block you for saying that. Has it occurred to you she may have blocked you because you are very overbearing? I just said that aloud in your silly accent and had a private moment of enjoyment. Who gives a shit why she blocked me or about my fucking manners? Come on, you've got away with her. I figure if you're going to us fist size any two Brian suckers who sneer at each other a funny way, you might as well make it official and be ours, right? Your black solicitation seems really indecent. What do you want from her anyway? She made me do something for a prior arrangement. She will deliver it when we meet in this game, but I don't know what the logistics are yet. I'm trying to connoiter with her here, but she's blowing me off like a fickle dirt scraping land hag. What is it? Stupid, what do you think? It's a fucking gizmo to blow up the world or something. Okay, well not that obviously, but something that'll kill all land dwellers. What else would I be after? Can you just for a moment entertain the thoughts of one untouched by megalomaniacal derangement and tell me why I'd want to assist you with that? Well, I'm not going to very well kill you, am I? That would be fucking unconscionable. What kind of friend would I be? Also speculate for a moment that self-preservation might not be what would sway my decision. Yeah, go ahead and kiss us off, but there'll be blood on your hands. You could either play along as your auspice and do a little mediating like you were fucking hatched to, or watch she and me evolve into the fucking full-fledged kismesis, the kind like you don't get once in 10,000 sweeps. You know, that's what it would be there. It would be rainbow rivers running through star systems and all nebulizing like liquid fireworks. It will be beautiful and heartbreaking all at once. You should read up on your history instead of pouring through that god-awful sunny rubbish. It's just laborious listening to this, I'm sorry. None of it matters. Yeah, it does. It's important, sorry, but the fate of the race and purity of the bloodline is important excuse me for being concerned. I know, but you really should know by now the world will end tonight regardless. Land and sea dwellers alike will all die because of the game we are about to play. And I agree the fate of the race is important, but it's in my hands now. All of ours, really. Huh, well, okay. Really. Ordinarily, I'd call bullshit on terrible stinking BS like that, but I don't know you don't really lie about stuff, unless it's to yourself. But that's why I bother even talking to you. I wouldn't even be here saying any of this otherwise. So did your clouds tell you that? The doomsday scenario in particular? No, not exactly. I got clouds and they don't tell me shit. They hide nothing but misfortune and monstrosities. Fucking pain in the ass fucking clouds. So how do you know then? I have another source. Okay, well you're jacked tight in the fuck into this thing. In so many ways, I don't know what to say anymore. Whatever, we will just play and find out, I guess. So can you tell her to talk to me anyway? No. God damn it. She and me are teammates. We've got to have a powwow or something. You aren't actually on the same team. Fuck. Fine, I get it. I'll step off. You don't want to be our auspice cause you don't want to get locked into that sort of relation with her. I can respect that. No, that's not it. Yeah, it is. Your real feelings run pretty awful ruddy, methinks. Everyone knows it. Especially that ass-blood car cat. He and me have you so pegged about that it's upright silly. But it's cool, it's totally fine, don't worry. I'll leave you alone and give you a shot. It's unbelievable, her patience. What? Whoa, wait, who? Never mind. Okay, wait, did she talk to you today? What did she say, or glub, or whatever? Something about longing to touch you indiscreetly. What? And that she's basically in the scarlet throes for you. As deep in the flushed quadrant as one can be. Wait, did she actually say that in confidence? To the letter. Can you copy exactly what she said? Absolutely not. This is bullshit. You're you're BSing me in some way awful. You don't lie, but you do tease, and I'll transfuse my kick-ass royal blood out with incontinent muscle beast discharge if I won't know when I'm getting hooked. Yeah, she's just a concerned Moirail. Looking out for you, that's all. Ah, fuck. See, I'm telling you, you got to play your cards right. What do you mean? If you're not savvy about how you define yourself to people, you can just splash into the Moirail zone before you know which way's upward. Oh, Con, it's hard. What? Being a kid and growing up, it's hard and nobody understands. Kanaya returns to the room. There's a lot to do before you enter. There'll be a lot of people to talk to and help along the way. No, not meddle with or mediate. Help, damn it. You're very helpful. You have a lot of inside information on what you and your co-players are about to face. You're jacked tight the fuck into this thing in so many ways we don't know what to say anymore. And it's not just cloud visions either. You have another source. Kanaya consults the source. In one dream, the clouds pointed you to the address of a server hidden in an obscure pocket of a realm unknowable to mortals. It contains a journal written by a young member of an alien species. She's documented her experiences playing the game you're about to play. You can only assume this took place a long time ago. This race is likely ancient, preceding yours by millions of sweeps, maybe billions. You like to try to imagine the adventures of these players. Were they successful in repopulating their race? Did they manage to protect their matriorb and hatch a new mother grub? Could they hold it together, or were they torn apart by the complex social dynamics, the matespritships, and moral allegiances, and auspisticisms, and kismicitudes that'll surely plague your group along the way? You have little doubt they succeeded with flying colors. You have little doubt their victory was because of their leader, a great heroine, the tentacle therapist. From what she recorded, it seems like the group had very little knowledge of what they were getting into, and yet they appear to have been the only of their kind to have risen to the challenge in a session stacked heavily against them. You're convinced her leadership was the difference. Neat. It would be nice to have the chance to talk to her. Alas, she's likely been dead for millennia. Only the incomplete record of a long-forgotten quest remains. On the other hand, if you were to discover her quest ended in failure, it might be somewhat disillusioning. But that thought never crossed your mind. Tavros enters. Having narrowly dodged obliteration, you take your place as the page of breath in the land of sand and zephyr. And in time, Tavros! Go outside and look what I built for you. You're going to flip. Okay. I think this is probably meant to antagonize me. What are you talking about? Look at my beautiful building. Don't you think it's about time someone got a little creative with this game? Maybe. Everyone always wants to do things the boring way. Didn't we make a truce, Tavros, that we wouldn't try to be less that we would try to be less boring from now on? And don't you want to and you don't want to break your truce with me, do you, Tavros? Tavros. No. Great, now get climbing. Please don't read this as a boring thing, I hope, but it's physically impossible to do that mostly. Man, I knew it. Radius News is back in action. Why don't you, in like, not a boring way, build more inclined surfaces like you did over there? Maybe you could color them with fun colors so you don't think they're boring and get angry at me some more. I built that ramp because we were in a hurry to save your life, remember? A dead Tavros is even more boring than an alive and crippled Tavros by a slim margin. My stair structure is lovely and I'm not changing it. Now hop out of your wheel device and get climbing. Climbing? Or crawling. Whatever. Stop being so helpless. It's pathetic. It will take a long time. What's the rush? You're in the game. Safe and sound. Look in the sky. Do you see any meteors? I sure don't. But there are imps around and I'll be sort of defenseless lying down on the stairs. You did not just use that excuse. We both know you can commune with these things. Hey, why don't you physically command them to carry you up? Oh my god, that is a great idea. Once again, leave it to Riska to come up with the creative solutions. I wouldn't really want to make them do that. I just don't understand why we can't do this the easy way. What good would that do you? Whatever the purpose of this game is, it makes you work hard for it. That way you become stronger along the way and you are better prepared for whatever's next. Remember when we used to flarp together? It was the exact same principle, and that's why you were always outmatched. You were too soft and not well prepared. Nothing comes easy, Tavros. That is why we go through the trials in the brooding caverns when we're young. To make sure we're strong when we come out. Do you remember the trials, Tavros? Not very well, no. Well, I do, and they were a bitch. But now that I think about it, it would really make perfect sense if your trials were really easy by some mistake. That is why you were such a soggy phlegm sponge, and why you got picked by such a sad, frail little Lucis. But that's okay, it probably wasn't your fault, just a bad break. You're so lucky you have me as a server player so I can challenge you and help you get strong. Now hop out of that seat and get climbing. I will deliver the device to you once you're at the top. Climb, pupa, climb. Maybe I should ask Tinkerbell about this. He's really smart now that he can talk. No, you don't need help from your lame bull fairy. He's only holding your back. He's my friend. God, pathetic. This is getting frustrating. Why did I have to get stuck with you? Just my luck. Do you have any idea how inconvenient this is? Do you have any sympathy for what I'm dealing with here? You're so inconsiderate. You just sit there looking smug. It's infuriating to look at you. You haven't even thanked me or apologized for that matter. Thanks, Vriska, for saving my life. It sure was brave and heroic and pretty of you. Also, I'm sorry from the bottom of my nook. Seriously, how hard would that have been? Okay, thanks, I guess, but sorry for what? For being crippled, you ass. You want me to apologize for being paralyzed. Yes, say you're sorry. I don't mean to be rude or boring, but that's ridiculous given the circumstances. Bullshit, that's something called basic decency and civility. You fudge-blooded boar. Now get down on your useless, wobbly knees and apologize. No, I don't want to. Apologize, pupa. Apologize. Say you're sorry. Tavros summons Rufio. Now she's done it. She's awoken the mighty inner fury that is Rufio. But unfortunately, Rufio is not real. He's imaginary, a fake. Like a made-up friend, the way fairies are. You continue to be sad and alone. Vriska. Whee! Kanaya mediates. Hey, what's your deal? Shouldn't you be helping me out of this jam instead of fussing with my plumbing? Just presenting a floating reminder that Tavros will need plenty of inclined surfaces for his ascent. That's silly. I made so many ramps you wouldn't even believe it. I specifically decided I wanted to build something ugly and boring. It is now the land of ramps and yawns. He's reported otherwise. That lousy snitch. Maybe I should take his computer away so he can't go crying to Fussy Fangs anymore. Maybe I should upend this load gaper over your head. No, don't! I'm still learning the interface. It could happen accidentally at any moment. I'm only trying to help. Think of another way to help. Fine. I'll do something nice. I have an idea. I'll be right back. And for the record, I was going to do this anyways. I was just trying to make him a better player first. Okay. In the meantime, how about I serve my client player the way I think is best, and you can do the same for yours? I thought I was. Vriska scurries downstairs. You make your way down to one of your innumerable loot strongholds, where you stash riches and gold and jewels and prizes plundered during your campaigns. There they are, your rocket boots. You must confess you'll find favor with just about any kind of footwear as long as it is bright red. You would wear these striking boots even if they were broken pieces of junk. But as it happens, they work just fine and they are awesome. Vriska takes them. Vriska goes back up. Quit cleaning up after me. You are so ridiculous. Vriska gets a code. Shoes! Vriska sends the code. Tavros alchemizes. Fly, pupa. Fly! And again in time. Tavros leads a fearsome entourage into the ruins. Tavros confers with a teammate. Yes, another piece fits. We're making some strict progress on this puzzle. Okay. Oh, that's cool, I guess. So where do you think is the next one? I don't know. Probably buried in the stupid stand somewhere like all the others. Okay, that's mostly what I was thinking too, but it suddenly doesn't sound like you think this puzzle is cool. The puzzle sucks. All these puzzles suck. If I have to help you put one more slab of boring rock into another stupid wall indentation, I'm going to put an indentation in my desk with my face. But it looks like a frog, and that's kind of fun. Snore. These puzzles are for wigglers. I solved way better puzzles than this in my heyday as a mind fang. Oh look, some ruins. Oh look, another mysterious recess in the wall. I wonder if something fits in there. It probably just opens a secret passage to more wall indentations. I'm so over this puzzle. But they're necessary to solve, aren't they? To find new magic artifacts and things and learn more about the lore of this land? Tavros, let me let you in on a little secret about the lore of your land. It's boring. The minds of your consorts are very soft and impressionable, and easily manipulated as all those imps you've been bossing around. I've picked apart their tiny little lizard brains and seen through all the smoke and mirrors of their riddles. I have gotten to the truths they are guarding, the big mystery behind this planet. And do you know what it is, Tavros? No. It's bullshit. Meaningless, boring, fanciful bullshit wrapped in flowery poems to keep you guessing. It all leads to one thing anyway. And that's what we should put our attention on. Real gamers cut to the chase. They power through all that nonsense and go for the gold. They cheat, Tavros. It is time you learn to start cheating. I thought I was kind of cheating by making friends with monsters. Well, it's a good start. You're bending the rules and getting stuff done. Okay, I will admit I'm fairly impressed with your progress so far, even though you still probably haven't killed a single enemy. No, don't bother, I know you haven't. But maybe that's okay. Maybe it's just your style and your real strength is surrounding yourself with allies who are much stronger than you, like me. I'm sure there's more than one way up the Esha ladder. In your case, probably the only way is to roll gently up the Esha lamp. The path of the invalid. Yeah, I agree. But I think it's time to stop fucking around. You need to be challenged more. I have been designing a quest for you that should test your true limits. Oh, is that what you were doing all this time? Yes. I mean, not that I don't appreciate it, but don't you have your own quest to do? Yeah, well, after she got me in the game, Kanaya just left me in the lurch, probably because she's dealing with her own crisis now. Which is just as well because I was starting to get nannied hard. You wouldn't have even believed it. Nannied? So I had some time to kill. I drew you a map. Whoa. Here, take a look. It marks what will be your new destination, where you'll find the ultimate challenge. Tavros looks at the map. Where does it go? I have determined from your consorts that there is a terrible monster deep underground. It guards a hoard of treasure bigger than either of us can imagine. It's called a denizen, and it is the boss of your whole planet. Tavros, you will go and face your denizen. Won't that be too difficult? It'll be the most powerful adversary you've ever met, but you can handle it. I believe in you. Thanks. I mean, I respect that you have lots of piratey bravado about stuff, and you type fast about it. But I think this is foolish and not sensible. I'll probably just get killed, realistically. Maybe. This is the risk you take by being a brave adventurer. But it is a good opportunity to apply your cunning. Maybe you can rally a huge army to bend to your will and overwhelm the monster. Who knows? It is up to you. This is it, Tavros. It is time to sink or swim. I should get Kanaya's advice. Or maybe Karkat since he's the leader. No! Oh god, every time. Always going out and hitting to others to bail you out. Anyway, Kanaya is missing in action and Karkat has his head up his nook with his new stabby he hate friend. Neither can help you. It's just hard to figure out if you really think this is a good idea strategically, or if it's just more of the thing where you harass me that sound excited about it. Tavros, I know nobody believes me about this, probably not even a gullible dope like you, but I actually care about your advancement as a player. Everything I have done has been to make you stronger. Okay, I still don't know what to believe about that. You're useless. I'm done talking about this. Now shut up and point that cherry vehicle of yours towards the X on the map. Next stop, Gate 7. Let's go. This isn't optional. You know very well that I can make you go to that gate whether you want to or not. But I'd rather it not have to come to that. What will it be, advance or advance? Okay, I'll go. Oh, one last thing. Equip your Boy Skylark outfit. This will be Pupa's last stand. I mean sit. Tavros points the cherry vehicle towards the X on the map. You proceed through what seems to be your second gate, into the land of maps and treasure. The thief of light lies in wait. Vriska, wake up. Oh my, it appears Pupa Pan himself has flown through your window while you were asleep. How exciting. Surely he's here to take you away on the adventure of a lifetime. He's more dreamy and heroic than you ever imagined. But what's this? It seems the legendary Boy Skylark has misplaced his shadow. He's looking everywhere for it, to no avail. He's having a devil of a time. What with being paralyzed from the waist down and all, he clearly needs your help. Vriska helps Pupa find Shadow. Pupa, you truly are a silly goose. Your shadow has been trapped underneath your useless torso the whole time. Honestly, what else would it... Honestly, where else would it be, you stupid sack of shit? Of course, the secret to reuniting with your shadow is to get up and walk around, and play and dance and frolic. Your shadow will surely join in your gaiety, but it appears Pupa has lost the use of his legs. There will be no frolicking in this young man's future, unless Vriska applies a special stardust. Everyone knows that just a pinch of special stardust, along with a happy thought, will allow any boy to get up and walk again. Everyone knows this because it is in the classic tale of Pupa Pan. Young Pupa flies through the window of a fairy girl's respite block, falls on the floor, and has trouble getting up like an enormous pansy. The fairy girl then helps him walk again, and in return, he teaches her to fly, even though she probably already knows how to fly because she's a fairy. They fly out of her window together and have magical adventures for many sweeps thereafter. To be honest, you hardly know a damn thing about Pupa Pan, but you do not care. Pupa remains as pathetic and useless as ever. The stardust did nothing, probably because it is just glittery powder with no magical properties whatsoever and is basically bullshit. Because in case it wasn't clear, magic isn't real and neither are miracles. Or, it could just be that Pupa has failed to have a happy thought. The duty is clear, you will have to make him have happy thoughts. Vriska makes Pupa have happy thoughts. Oh. Kanaya deals with her own crisis. Ooh, crisis resolved. It was no doubt harrowing and suspenseful. But in the meantime, you've left your client player in the lurch. Ideally, she has not gotten herself into too much trouble. And ideally, the dramatic irony has not gotten so thick you could draw a dotted line on it with a tube of lipstick and cut it in half with a chainsaw. Kanaya returns to serving the client. So that's why So that's why she had you make this dress for her, and you just went along with it like a sucker. Ah, you're such an idiot. There, sweetheart. Kanaya, it's hard. Being a kid and growing up, it's hard and nobody understands. Try to understand. The problem is that when the subject of troll romance is broached, our sparing human intellects instantly assume the most ingratiating posture of surrender imaginable. But we will do our best to understand regardless. Humans have only one form of romance, and though we consider it a complicated subject, spanning a wide range of emotions, social conventions, and implications for reproduction, it is ultimately a superficial slice of what trolls consider the full body of romantic experience. Our concept of romance, in spite of its capacity to fill our art and literature and to rule our individual destinies like a little else, is still just that. A singular linear concept, a concept usually denoted by a single symbol. Troll romance is more complicated than that. Troll romance needs 4 symbols. Their understanding of romance is divided into halves and halved again, producing 4 quadrants. The flushed quadrant, the caliginous quadrant, the pale quadrant, and the ashen quadrant. Each quadrant is grouped by the half they share, whether horizontally or vertically, depending on the overlapping properties one examines. The sharpest dichotomy, from an emotional perspective, is drawn between red romance and black romance. Red romance, comprised of the flushed and pale quadrants, is a form of romance rooted in strongly positive emotions. Black romance, with its heterogeneous and ashen quadrants, is rooted in the strongly negative. On the other hand, the vertical bifurcation has to do with the purpose of the relationship, regardless of the emotions behind it. Those quadrants which are concupiscent, the flushed and caligenous, have to do with facilitating the elaborate reproductive cycle of trolls. Those which are conciliatory, the pale and ashen, would likely be more closely related to platonic relationships by human standards. There are many parallels between human relationships and the various facets of troll romance. Humans have words to describe relationships of a negative nature or of a platonic nature. The difference is, for humans, those relationships would never be conceptually grouped with romance. Establishing those sorts of relationships for humans is not driven by the same primal forces that drive our tendency to couple romantically, but for trolls, those primal forces involve themselves in the whole palette of these relationships, red or black, toward or friendly. Trolls typically feel strongly compelled to find balance in each quadrant, and seek gratifying relationships that each describes. The challenge is particularly tortuous for young trolls who must reconcile the wide range of contradictory emotions associated with this matrix, while understanding the nature of their various romantic urges for the first time. Of course, young humans have this challenge too, but for trolls, the challenge is fourfold. Examine the flushed quadrant. When two individuals find themselves in the flushed quadrant together, they are said to be matesprits. Matespritship is the closest parallel to the human concept of romance trolls have. It plays a role in the trolls' reproductive cycle just as it does for humans. This is pretty obvious, not much more needs to be said about this, moving right along. Examine caligenous quadrant. When a pair of adversaries dive into this quadrant, they become each other's kismesis. As one of the concupiscent quadrants, it plays a role in procreation as well. There's no particularly good human translation for this concept. The closest would be an especially potent arch rivalry. For instance, human players would Human players would never be able to adequately diagnose the relationship between the queen and her archagent, but troll players could immediately place it as a dead ringer for kismicitude. They would think that they were all pretty stupid for not getting it, and they would be right. Trolls have a complicated reproductive cycle. It's best not to examine it in much detail. The need to seek out concupiscent partners comes with a more urgency than typical reproductive instincts. When the Imperial drone comes knocking, you had better be able to supply genetic material to each of his filial pales. If you have nothing to offer, he will kill you without hesitation. The genetic material, without going into much detail, is a combinative genetic mix from the matesprit and kismesic pairs, respectively. The pales are all offered to the mother grub, who can only receive such pre-combined material. She then combines all of it into one incestuous who is slurry and begins her brooding. This doesn't mean the initial combination was for naught, however. In the slurry, more dominant genes rise to the fore, while the more recessive find less representation in the brood. Especially strong matesprit and kismesis pairings yield more dominant genetic material. The more powerful the complement or potent the rivalry, the more dominant the genes. Troll reproduction sure is weird. we all take a moment to lament how pedestrian the human reproductive cycle is, and further lament the phrase incestuous slurry is not a feature of common parlance in human civilization. Examine Ashen Quadrant. This quadrant involves a particular type of three-way relationship of a black romantic nature. Falling on the conciliatory side, it has no bearing on the reproductive cycle except for indirect ramifications. When two trolls are locked in a feud or some otherwise contentious relationship, one can intervene and become their auspicious. The auspicious mediates between the two, playing the role of a peacekeeper, preventing the feud from boiling over into a fully homogeneous rivalry. Since such lesser feuds are quite common among trolls, there's a significant need for auspicizing parties. Without them, too many ashen feuds would become colliginous and begin to conflict with other exclusive kiss-meses relationships, leading to a great deal of social complexity and sore feelings, even more so than black romance usually involves. Without auspicicism, the result would be widespread black infidelity. The relationships each quadrant describes tend to be malleable. If not volatile, especially on the concupiscent half, where more torrid emotions reside. It doesn't take much to flip a switch and transmute black rom feelings to red rom and vice versa. In many cases, one party will have red feelings while the other has black, but it will often be the case that one party's feelings will swap to match the other's, since there is no quadrant which naturally accommodates such a disparity. But thereafter, it's not uncommon for the two to toggle between red and black in unison now and then. These scenarios naturally result in both red and black infidelities. This sort of relationship volatility is why conciliatory relationships are an important part of troll romance. An auspicious can stabilize particularly turbulent relationships. If the auspicious fails to mediate properly, or has no interest in the role, or perhaps has different romantic intentions themselves altogether, then the relationship often quickly deteriorates into one of an especially hostile and torrid nature. There are many outside factors and influences hugging and pulling these relationships in different directions. And unlike humans who have very orderly, simple, straightforward romantic relationships without exception, trolls exist in a state of almost perpetual confusion and generally have no idea what the hell is going on. Being confused by troll relationships is one thing we do have in common, though. Examine the pale quadrant. This quadrant presides over moira legions, the other conciliatory relationship. A reasonable human translation would be the concept of a soulmate, but in a more platonic sense, and with a more specific social purpose. Trolls are a very angry and violent race. Some are more hot-tempered and dangerous than others, to the extent that if left to their own devices they would present a serious threat to society or even to themselves. Such trolls will have an instinctive pale attraction to a more even-tempered troll, who may become their moirail. The moirail is obliged to pacify the other, to function as the better half. The two partners in a strong pale relationship will serve to balance and complement each other's emotional profiles, and thus allow their other relationships to be more successful. It's often ambiguous, especially among young trolls, whether a bond formed between an acquaintance is true moira allegiance, or the usual variety of platonic involvement. Furthermore, romantic intentions of more flushed nature can often be mistaken for paler leanings, much to the frustration of the suitor. But some palings, such as the above, will be strikingly obvious to all who know them. And yet others will seem who have been hatched for each other. Wait, more troll romance exposition, please. God, you can't get enough at this point, can you? That would have been a great point for a transition out of this illustrated sociological study, but okay if you insist. Now see, what's going on here is, it's perfectly simple. When the full matrix of troll romance is in action, we have, hey, why don't you figure it out? You should be an expert in all this by now anyway. Okay. Okay, I do think I understand it. This is a lot. Later, our troll hero would try to explain this to our human hero, attempting to convey all the nuance of troll romance through a nearly verbatim recitation of the preceding excerpts. He would try to describe how rich and textured the troll romance comedies were compared to the one-dimensional schlock of our human cinematic counterparts. He would barely scratch the surface of troll Will Smith's virtuosity with the delicate lattice of troll romance, as he would assist the humbling, fudge-blooded troll Kevin James through the interwoven minefield of Briar Patch of Red Rum and Black Rum, entanglements all the while sifting through his own prickly romantic situation and ultimately learning the true meaning of hate and pity. But would they succeed before the Imperial drone came knocking with his thirsty hails at the ready? Yes, they would. But John didn't understand any of this because he's a moron and he wouldn't shut up about his awful bullshit Earth movies. He would just go on and on and on about that garbage. But if there was one theme to be hammered through his thick skull, it would be that the troll's cultural preoccupation with romantic destiny. Yes, the romantic landscape is rife with false starts and miscues and infidelities, the red and black. But every troll believes strongly that each quadrant holds one and only one true pairing for them, and it is just a matter of time before the grid is filled with auspicious matchups through mysterious channels of troll serendipity. In short, their belief is that for each quadrant there exists a pair or triad of trolls somewhere in the cosmos that were made for each other. Wow, another great transition. You wonder if it will stick this time. You have no choice but to take a stab at the rare and extremely dangerous 2x transition combo. Attempt 2x transition combo. Looks like it worked. So who is this guy anyway? Enter name. His name is Eridan Empora. Eridan, do something awesome. Wait for it. Wait. There she blows. Fish food. Okay, that guy is pretty much squared away. What about her? Her name is Very Paxis. Paxis? Do something adorable. Fairy, go home. That should keep her quiet for a while, at least until she dies. Aridin goes home. That should keep her happy for a while, and make a freshly orphaned troll somewhere pretty sad. Yeah? Aridin examines a block. You conveniently return to your respite block so that we may study your variety of interests. This was very considerate of you. Flowing through your veins is nearly the richest blood in the hemospectrum. The richest blood the hemospectrum has to offer. Penultimate on the scale. As such, you are a sea dweller, a subrace of troll distinct from the commoners by mutation and habitat. A caste which rules over the entire species. By ruling in your view. But ruling in your view is not enough. You have an overpowering genocide complex and have made it your sworn duty to kill all land dwellers. You've amassed resources and deadly weaponry from around the world for this ambition, through many sweeps of extreme role-playing while pursuing a working doomsday device which will bring Armageddon to all those on the surface. Haven't had much luck with that, but maybe tonight's your night. You hold a fascination for military history and legendary conquerors. You've dubiously modeled your profile and exploits after the most notorious figures and their stories, which are bristling with the glory of victory and the sting of defeat and the political machinations and romantic intrigue. It is an image you are careful to craft through exaggerated emotional theatrics, and your penchant for mass murder notwithstanding, people tend to regard you as a bit of a tool. You also like magic, even though you know it to be fake. Like a made-up friend, the way wizards are. Made-up make-believe fakey fake fakes. It's still fun, though. Your troll tag is Caligula's Aquarium, and you speak with a very weird sort of wavy-sounding accent. You hold off on doing anything for the moment, on account of courtesy to fellow royalty. Feffery examines block. On the subject of courtesy... You've also returned to your block so we can get a better look at you. Again, quite considerate. Royalty sure is civilized. You are also a sweet dweller. You have the most noble blood possible, the only of your kind known to possess it, and the only to share it with Golb, a deep-sea monster also known as the Rift's Carbuncle, emissary to the horror terrors, or in more hushed tones, the speaker of the vast glove. This makes you the heir apparent for Alternian rulership, which ordinarily would place you in considerable jeopardy. Her imperious condescension would steer the flagship from the fleet and make an attempt on your life herself, if not for the protection of your monstrous Lucis. And if not forewarned of your race's extinction by the whispers of the Hat Lucis, you would have big plans for the throne. All the plans, all of them. You would redefine what it means to be cold in troll society. Under your rule, it would mean caring for the unfit and infirm rather than exterminating them. And you have put this idea into practice by culling the fauna of the deep. You tend to a wild and beautiful aquatic hoof beasts, grooming and feeding them daily. You capture and cage cuttlefish by the thousands for their own good, and also because they're funny and colorful and you love them. They often swim through the bars of the cages, but that's fine. You run your whole palace as a sort of wildlife adoption facility, even if the wildlife's need for care is dubious at best. And the practice really just amounts to an elaborate role-playing scenario. It's still fun, though. You would also look forward to using your reign to unite the two races. You were told you would do this one day by your Lucis, even if it does contradict her message of extinction. Oh well, you suppose not all prophecies can come true. Your troll tag is Cuttlefish Kohler, and you have a hard time not getting really excited about practically everything. What will you both do? You do something ridiculous. Yes. Fuck yes. Hell. Fucking. Yes. Aridin bothers Pfeffery. Pfeff, hey, Glub, Glub, Glub. Yeah, what is it? What? I'm wondering if you can forgo exaggerated emotional theatrics for once and actually tell me what's on your mind. Nothing's on my mind, why can't I just fucking talk and glove at you for a reason I don't have? Well, fine, but you don't want to hear it. Yes, I do. We're supposed to talk to each other. That is what morales are for. Whatever. Glub, 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 say hi. Will you take a chip off your nub and tell me what's the matter? Yeah, well, okay, since we are the palest of the palest of pals a guy could ever ask for, I will tell you, even though you only humor me as usual since you don't agree with my agenda, any of my agendas really, none of the agendas, none of them. Are you fretting over another one of these dumb contraptions? See, more condescension. You're gonna make a hell of an empress. No, I'm not, but that is beside the point. None of your plots to kill the land dwellers ever work out, and every doomsday device you get your hands on turns out to be a piece of junk. So, I just gotta keep trying. That's how all the great military masterminds became great, through upright perseverance. I think deep down you stack these plots against you, so you fail because you know it's wrong. It isn't wrong. I'm not going to explain it to you again. At this point, all you need to know is it's important to me, and I'm doing it for us. I mean our kind. Nobody understands, not even you. This is the last time I will say this. We are not better at anybody. We are not better than anybody, Glub. Psh, he most begs to differ. If you're as sickened by them as you say, why do you spend so much time on land? You can't have the sort of affinity for our kind that you profess if you've only spent, a few days underwater maybe in your whole life? Whatever. I have to keep an eye on them up here. It's all about tactics. What about your friends? Do you ever think about them? If they're beneath you, then they have to die too. And I know you like talking to some of them. You say you hate them, but I think you're pretending. History is full of cases where conquerors consort with members of the enemy in a mannerly way before wiping them out, even going as far as growing fond of some. It's only civilized. I have a fishy feeling that this stupid doomsday machine thing is just another excuse to consort with someone in particular. All your feelings are fishy. Glub, 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 glub. Don't you glub in that tone of glub with me, mister. I'll glub in whatever dumbass bubbly sounding fish noise I want to glub. Oh shit, you are angling for it so much trouble right now. Okay, please, let's just not get into the whole fucking fish pun thing again, okay? Like, we get it, we are nautically themed. Hehe, okay. But yeah, I don't know, I don't know why she ignores me. I guess she's just bored with me? We had it all set up for her to give me this thing tonight that probably doesn't even work. But yeah, maybe that wasn't the point. I mean, you think we have pretty good rivalry going on, right? Or at least had. It was pretty fucking bitter and contentious for a while there. And there was some good chemistry. I don't know what happened. I guess I wouldn't really know. Sometimes people just drift away, I think, or just aren't as into the quadrant as the other wants to be. So you really think your feelings for her run that dark? It doesn't matter. Like I said, she's bored shitless. I guess I'm not as good an adversary as I thought. That is ridiculous. Any girl would be lucky to have a kismesis as diabolical as you, especially that one. Who knows what her problem is? She has issues. Okay, thanks for saying so. I'm not sure why we never talk about our romantic aspirations. We should more often. It's kind of exciting. Shrug. Probably because you fill your gossip quota with your nubby-horned bro. You leave nothing left to talk about with your dear sweet Moirail. We're supposed to help each other with that stuff too, remember? Maybe. Seems kinda odd, though. Your stupid fishy face is what's odd. Have you ever thought about that? Fine. Well, those are my stupid feelings. What about yours? Seems to me like you get along too well with everybody to be harboring any black sentiments. Yeah, I can't think of anybody I feel that way about. Maybe I'm just not old enough to have those feelings yet. We are still pretty young, Yeah. So, okay, those are your black leanings. What about red? Arodan? Oh, God. Is there any lucky lady you're waxing scarlet for? Or lucky hello? Tell me. Don't pretend you're all embarrassed suddenly. Okay, Fef, this is none of your damn business. I gotta go. Be back later when it's time to play. Arodan goes to get a beverage. Another emotionally exhausting conversation. Too many feelings and problems, it couldn't be any clearer to you. You and this sea princess have splashed down hard into the Moirail zone, and now you don't know which way's upward. Perhaps tonight you'll reveal your true feelings toward her, and end these exaggerated emotional theatrics once and for all, one way or another. You need a stiff drink, but not this swill. You're not that desperate. Arodan checks the fridge. You pay a visit to what the common land dwellers refer to as a thermal hole, instead of the more aristocratic and especially esoteric and alien-sounding term, a refrigerator. Arodan opens it. A bunch of unbelievably shitty wands tumble out. Of course you knew these were in here, you're not even sure why you looked. Pfeffery goes to get a beverage. Another emotionally exhausting conversation. Too many feelings and problems, that guy. Talk about high maintenance Moirail. Perhaps tonight you'll reveal your true feelings towards him, and end these exaggerated emotional theatrics one way or another. You need a sugary drink. Pfeffery disarms. You decide to unwind and take your mind off of drama for a while before starting the game. You nearly forgot this is going to be an exciting night. Everything you're going to do next is exciting. It is always exciting. You are excited. You unequip... Oh, man. I don't know which Greek letter that is. Dawn's Entente, a golden double culling fork, a legendary weapon reserved for royalty, and generally only used for ceremonial purposes. Arodan disarms. Rifle kind. You unequip Ahab's crosshairs, which is yet another legendary weapon, about as powerful as your kind Abstratus will allow. You plundered it from a ghost ship during a particularly challenging campaign. It was some old gambling that's ship from which your accomplice at the time also plundered a set of extraordinarily powerful dice. You almost feel sorry for the adversaries you'll face tonight. They'll likely pose neither team much challenge at all, unless one of the links in the prototyping chain includes something especially huge and monstrous. But really, what are the odds of that happening? Arodan bothers Vriska. On the subject of your old accomplice/rival, you guess you'll try talking to her one more time, even though you know she won't answer. You know she's bored shitless with you and your drama. You're almost starting to not to care about this stupid doomsday device, which probably won't even work. She probably knows you know it won't work. She's probably put all the pieces together and knows it was an elaborate ruse to be in cahoots with her again. And she just went along with it, playing you for a chump. You're such an idiot. Yeah, see, no answer. Bored shitless. Just like you thought. She has much better irons in the fire than you these days. But it wasn't that long ago you were the hottest iron. At the height of your prowess as Seagrifts, Marquise Mindfang and Orphaner Hoolscar were in alliance, an unmatched terror, and in competition, unbridled tempest. Either way, spoils were typically traded and shared. No levels were left for anyone else to gain. None of the levels. She would have the victims of your conquest walk the plank, and you would reap the custodial spoils. And while yet another partook not in revelry, but necessity, she had to keep her fed to keep her calm, to keep her terrible voice down. If she were to raise above a whisper, trolls would begin dying. First the lesser bloods, those more psychically susceptible. If she raised it to a shout, all on the planet would die, land and sea dwellers alike. And if she were ever to get really upset, she might release a vast glove, a psychic shock wave that would exterminate every troll in the galaxy. In truth, it would be all too easy to solve the land dweller problem once and for all. You'd just need to lighten up on the feeding schedule for a while. Maybe you'd be a little too busy to bother with that hassle for once. Or maybe you could happen to be off your game for a spell. It happens, even to the best sometimes. But not, it would make her upset. More emotions, more problems, that's all you need. Sometime later, the Witch of Life takes her place in the land of dew and glass. Pfeffery reports to Eridan. Woo! Pfeffer, you in? Yeah, that took forever. I was getting kinda worried, kinda. Yeah, it was a pretty close call and got kinda complicated. But Solix finally came through, and now I believe the full chain is complete. Man, that guy... He's a fucking drama machine. It is fucking pathetic. Your stupid she faces the drama machine. That does not thing but whine and glub. Fuck, sorry. Anyway, you shouldn't say that about him. He is a hero and he saved my life. Yeah, sorry. I was just worried and stressed. I thought you were dead. I didn't even get to thank you for saving my life, or really for anything. And I just spent all this time here worrying and thinking about stuff. And I decided I have something I want to tell you that I've been meaning to get off my nub for a while now. Oh, really? That's good. Actually, I have something I have been meaning to say to you, too. Well, really? What is it? You go first. Okay. This isn't easy to say. Yeah, I know. It's okay, maybe I'll understand more than you think. Might even be saying the same thing. Okay, I hope so. I think. Now that we're both in this game and we've left our world behind, and you can no longer pose the danger to our people that you had always planned to, I think it is not really necessary for me to be your moirail anymore. Whoa, wait, what? I'm really sorry, Eridan. It has just been so hard looking after you and keeping you out of trouble. It has taken its toll, and honestly, I'm really exhausted. Fuck, this isn't what... I don't know what... I wasn't expecting this at all. I'm not sure I can handle this. I'm sorry. It'll be the best for both of us if we can just sort of be regular friends instead. No, please don't. Look, I'm being serious here. Don't do this. I won't even use my weird accent while I type. So you know I'm being really dead serious and honest about this. Okay, okay, I'm being serious and honest too, see? Okay, good. Are you sure you aren't being hasty about this? You've just been through a lot. I mean, we're supposed to be fated to be Moirails, aren't we? Isn't that how it works? You can't just throw me all that way because you're sick of me. I'm not sick of you, Aridin. I still really like you. In order to be destined for Moira allegiance, both people have to be on board, don't you think? But I cannot do it anymore. I think it just wasn't meant to be all along. And really, you just don't need me anymore. You're free to do as you wish. We both are. I can't look after you anymore. I didn't ever need anyone to look after me. I was totally fucking fine. My ambitions were noble, and really none of your fucking business, quite frankly, Your Majesty. And the only reason I put up with sticking my flipper in this fucking shithole quadrant with you was what? Never mind. Tell me. Okay, fine. I apologize for losing my shit over this. I was just caught off guard is all. But maybe it's a good thing, really. Actually, I might have been proposing the same thing, to be honest. Oh, yeah. Fef, have you thought about, since you don't want to be pale with me no more, the possibility of some other type of arrangement with me? What do you mean? I mean, something a bit more kind of reddish, like brighter red. No, I hadn't thought about it. Okay, well, what do you think about it, now that you're thinking about it? I don't really know about that. Why not? I thought you said you liked me. I do, but I don't know if it's really in that way. Couldn't it be, though? Don't you think there's room in your collapsed in an expanded bladder-based aquatic vascular system for those feelings? I've never had a chance to consider anything like that. I've just spent all my time worrying about you and trying to keep you from killing everybody or hurting yourself. It took all my energy. I don't think I have anything left for those feelings either. Oh god, what? I'm the biggest fucking idiot who ever lived. I can't believe I just opened up to you like a chump. When I knew this was coming, I once had fucking Brian Sucker. Over-emotional, sappy trash, you're right. I'm not better than anybody. I'm worse than anybody. Everybody. All the buddies. Stop. God, will you just clam up for once in your life? Always carping and carping and carping. You go completely overboard with your emotions. Always looking to reel in drama wherever you can. I am up to my gills in it. I just can't summon the strength anymore. And never anymore. I cannot believe you're doing the fish puns thing while you're breaking up with me. Real nice. Whoops, I mean real nice. Sorry, but really this shouldn't be as bad as it sounds. When all's said and done, I'm still your friend. We've left our world behind. Everyone is dead. And there's no use in worrying about it now. It's over. It is time to play this game and focus on building something new and exciting. So hang in there, Aridin. I have to go now. Solus is in serious trouble and I have to go help him. Bye. Wait, don't go. Glub. Pfeffery proceeds to gate. You're free! Carcat checks on Solus. Bro, are you okay? Hey, oh god, what have I done? Solix, please tell me that's just honey. Please just be honey, just be honey, please just be honey. Okay, make believe time is over. Oh god, 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 oh god. This is all your fault. You couldn't get him in before the glub. There, you blood-burning goddamn pansy. Land of tense and mirth. Gamzee indulges emotional theatrics. Gam, I need to talk to Carr. Where is he? He isn't answering. He's busy being slapped motherfucking senseless by the guy who likes knives. But I can't really... But I can relay what message you got, my brother. I don't feel comfortable with that. I have some serious feelings and problems here, and I need some advice. Haha, yeah, I feel you. He's pretty worked up, too. Why? Because our good bro Solix just kicked the wicked motherfucking shit. What do you mean by that? Are you saying he's dead? Yeah. Oh, fuck. Oh, God, fuck. Now I feel like an asshole. Yeah, it's hey that an asshole is the thing that just about everybody feels like. Carcat blames himself on it, the poor motherfucker. But I told him to be chill because there's a miracle coming. I can feel it. That's the worst fucking advice. What an awful thing to say. Magic isn't real, stupid. Stop believing in it. I've gotta believe at what my heart tells me, even if it's a fake thing. Honk. This is a lot of pointless fucking rubbish, and is no emotional help to him or me either, for that matter. But Caron, I can't really think about intervening. The black frowning motherfucker kind of scares me. Are you sure I can't help brother up into his motherfucking chill? I don't know. It probably doesn't matter. My feelings seem heady and meaningless now. She had better things to worry about than my overwrought bullshit, like the dead guy who saved her. So forget it. Thanks anyways. Bro, my advice is you just kick back and motherfucking snap it into some rude elixir and maybe get your wicked zone on. There, I said my piece. What the fuck are you fucking blabbering about? Snatch an ice cold dog, motherfucking chug that shit like you and that bottle was reunited lovers. Are you recommended a beverage to me or something? Is that what this is? Yeah, man, slam a Fago. I don't have a fucking Fago, you stupid fuck. Why would I keep that disgusting shit on hand? Are you motherfucking sure about that? Oh god, you're right, I do. I totally forgot about it. You see, man? Motherfucking miracles. Aridin slams a Fago. You're prepared to kick back and motherfucking snap into some rude elixir and maybe get your wicked zone on. It sure would be startling if what followed was a crudely drawn spit take accompanied by an odd short exclamation. Blah! What? It's just soda. Not great, but not that bad either. What's the big deal? We all need to settle down here. And later still. A princess prepares to administer a universal remedy for the unawakened. Blah! Hey kid, never got a chance to say how much I hate you. Every last one of you. Yeah, that's fair. Goddamn troll kids, every time you turn around they're smooching each other. Makes a man want to stab his own gut and puke blood. It's like I am the kid from the never-ending story. I was chased by some bullies into this fucking attic and now I'm watching people kissing and stuff basically forever. How many meta layers removed can this story get? This attic is spooky. I wish those bullies would just leave me alone. Later I'm going to ride a long magic dog through the sky and fuck their shit up. This troll paint is making a mess. This was such a bad idea. Quick, become more made of wall. It's just brooding. Pistol kind, lands of stumps and dismay. A.H. employs the daring execution of author tech to ladder self-indulgence behind his own back. It keeps happening. All MSPA raiders make a solemn vow to do an acrobatic fucking pirouette off the stump and blow their brains out if it doesn't stop. Keep happening. Okay, get back to the story, jackass. Excuse me? Oh, I'm sorry, am I not going fast enough for you? Well, quite frankly, Your Majesty, I don't think you realize what kind of hell I've been through. Do you have any idea how long I've been trapped in this attic? Do you have any idea how fucking scary it is in here? Do you have even the slightest cue how many times the wolf head over there has scared the shit out of me? Wolf? This is ridiculous. No, this is my life we're talking about here. Bullies, wolves, musty addicts, huge spiders. Did I mention the spiders? Let me tell you, I got hella spiders up in this. Fuck, this horn fell off. Damn it, piece of shit. I wonder if there's any glue here. Oh, screw it. Do you have any idea how much power I've wield over you? To what extent I can ruin the shit you step in with that squeaky clean Sunday loafer you used to stomp that bookmark and stamp the F5 key? Every goddamn day in day fucking out. Do you possess even the most infinitesimal kernel of cognizance for the degree to which I can make the shorn shivering weasel that is the totem spirit representing your wretched fascination with this website squeal in a heart-rending remorse? It would be so easy. I could snap my gray smudgy fingers right now and make you read all the troll romance exposition segments all over again. Back to back to back to back to back. Oh, you don't think I'll do it? Oh my god. Neat. Wow. It's Cal. That's what just happened, bitch. Alright, now you're definitely trolling us. Come on. Recap then? No, I think we're good. Reel it in. Yeah, okay, I guess I've told you guys long enough. Where were we? Oh yeah, Slick. Move this along. It's bad enough you had to watch this odd smooch of corpse and this kid bawl his eyes out once already, even if it was centuries ago. Next. Oh, for the love of... Why would they even design a button like that if it doesn't print the right advancement characters? You're getting really tired of mashing the equals key. Type it 4 times and then press the button. The moon is different. It's very purple and quiet. Doesn't look like anyone here is awake yet. Not like the yellow moon you were just dreaming about. Plenty of friends there, all up and around making a racket. It was fun for a while until you woke up with honey in your mouth, killed your Lucis, saved a princess, and died. Luckily, you have a couple lives to spare. Most other players only get 1 extra, but you're kind of a special case. Boy. Huh? You there, red and blue eye boy. Hello. I remember this. I did not get the chance to formally greet you. I suspect this is what made you angry. But worry not. I have been brushing up on your troll etiquette. Pardon me while I consult the appropriate pages. It will only be a moment. This book is very thick. Just what you need, another voice of the eminently deceased invading your head. Haven't they caused you enough trouble already? Get it out. Troll etiquette sure is confusing. Get it out, 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 get it out. Oh, jeez. Solix blasts off. You've wasted enough time on sleeping and dying. You've got to get back to adventuring while the adventuring's good. And also change out of these stupid pajamas. Pachoo! Solix gets back to adventuring. The revived Mage of Doom returns to the land of brains and fire for a surprise rendezvous with the Witch of Life. What the heck is going on here? Vriska gets back to adventuring. Somewhere on Lomat, the thief and the page plunder the untold riches of innumerable pointless side quests. The thief is proving useless, completely unresponsive to commands. You'll need to rely on someone else, someone less stubborn, someone craftier. Type switch to. While the Knight of Blood charges ahead, the Seer of Mind remains behind to unravel the mysteries of the land of thought and flow. Seer. It is time. It's the voice again. You were wondering when she'd come back. This time you're ready for her. Terezi retrieves chalk. You search for the appropriate card through your scratch and sniff modus. This card will be unmistakable. It is the one that smells like a fruity rainbow that makes you sneeze. Terezi inquires. To begin your mission, you must eliminate the Archagent. Exile Jack Nora. Nepeta, surely you must be adventuring by now. The land of little cubes and tea. Why, yes, as a matter of fact, it does appear that the Rogue of Heart has been keeping herself quite busy. Little cubes and tea. That's fun. Nepeta aggresses. Saccharine disposition. Pounce greet. Tackle slide. Little cubes everywhere. You inquire into the whereabouts of the Maid of Time. The Air of Void has no idea where she went. She just disappeared. Equius gets up and commences the adventuring. The underlings have been getting enormous lately. Must have been something one of those other clowns prototyped. Speaking of clowns, Equius answered Carcat. It does not appear to be a message from Carcat directed at you specifically. He's just updated one of the many memos in the trans timeline bulletin board he set up a while ago. You've since no longer bothered keeping up with the endless and mostly incomprehensible communique. But while checking the update, you can't help but skim through the first memo in the long sequence, which was written hours ago from your present perspective. Equius reads the first memo. Okay, I think I set this up right. Fuck, I should have come up with a better board name. But I guess that's the name it was supposed to have since it's the name that I already read? Wow, that probably won't make any sense to anybody. Whatever, it's just a stupid name. Let's just do this. This is a public bulletin using Trollion's weird trans timeline features, which I don't even really understand yet, but I'm guessing might be useful. I've included all 12 players in the subscription list, so you should all be able to read these memos at any time. That is, all the memos posted, past and future, I think. It could get pretty temporally confusing. Obviously, I'm going to try and keep the memos as simple and linear as possible. Also, let's keep this a one-way only bulletin to make this as simple as possible. Do not reply to my memos. This is not a fucking chat room, assholes. If you have something to say to me in response to a memo, message me in private at the appropriate point in the timeline. First order of business is about the teams. As of now, you should all be aware that there is really only one team, and we're all working together, and by now I mean time local to me as of writing this. So if you're reading this in the past, okay, first of all, how do you even know about this feature already? Second, why didn't you fucking tell me? Whatever, I digress. If you're reading this in the future, then who cares? It's probably old news to you. Actually, now that I think about it, what's so special about reading this in the future? It's like any bulletin board. You post stuff and it sits there for a while and people in the future read it. Huh, big fucking deal, I guess. Oh my god, Carcat, who cares? Anyway, like I was saying, one big team over which I have assumed total leadership. I will assume that it will continue to stay this way for the duration of our quest, and that I will remain an impeccable leader for a span of hundreds of hours while I guide us all to a stunning victory. In fact, I don't even need to assume. I browsed through this whole bulletin in advance, and it does appear to be the case. Go me. In fact, since I've seen what I'll write in the future, I wonder what impetus I will have for writing it later when I'm supposed to. I wonder if I could just copy-paste it. Hold on. Damn, I guess they thought of that? I don't know. I tried to look at the whole bulletin again, and now that I've opened this one from the beginning, I can't see the whole thing anymore, unless I look at it in one of your computers. Or maybe you could send me, like, a text file of it? Would that cause a paradox or something? You know what? This is so stupid. I actually remember reading all this shit like a half hour ago, and now here I am typing it anyway. I probably can't avoid typing any of this. How weird is that? I hate time travel. I'm basically just Lamau here at this. Wow. Holy fucking shit, are you people... Dude, don't worry. I won't fuck up your memo for long. I just can't believe this was the big reason you wanted future me to help you open those ports. You basically just babble about paradoxes and argue with yourself for hundreds of pages. Okay, so you're saying this from like 5 hours in the future just to give me a hard time. Nice. Well, thanks for the help. So when do I ban you, future boy? A few lines down after I pretend like I'm going to die, I'm sure for a laugh on account of my imminent banning. Fuck, how could you even do that to me? So cold, man. Are you really so still sore at me 5 hours later for running that virus? God damn, get over it. It was your fucking virus anyway, you're to blame. No bro, we're cool about that. How future you is connecting with me so I can enter the game. Oh yeah? Yeah, so thanks for that 5 hours in advance. This is BS, isn't it? Trolling me from the future. How juvenile can you get? No man, it's true. We are bulge bumping Hoopa pals again. Oh fuck this condescending future know-it-all act. We aren't bumping shit. You are so banned. No, not the ban. It burns. Oh god, haha. Wait, oh god, it does burn. Something's wrong. I'm serious. That horrible psychic noise. The voices. They're all going to die. Oh shit, I'm bleeding. Shit! This is bad. I have to hit her in quick. Gotta go. And so the porcine hoof belonging to the swollen hag known as Lady Destiny has stomped another throat. Which one of you fuckers is next? Nobody? Okay, good. Although I'm fairly sure I remember someone else chiming in before I close this memo. You add disordered shit rinsers can't keep your lascivious pawn wrongs out of the row hole, can you? Sulks for future reference or past reference or whatever. If you want to do that kind of role-playing, you can start your own bulletin. You can all act like brain-dead asswipes in your own festering flap of paradox space-time, fine with me. Everyone will be so confused by the time paradoxes, it will distract them from how awful their terrible hobbies are. Choose your classes now. Level 69 Nook Sniffer is up for grabs. Who wants it? No, that's not an invitation for your fucking nerds to come in here and correct me on your goddamn fairy elves. Just do me a favor and keep me banned from that one, okay? I'll return the favor if you nerd up my memos. I seriously can't believe how many fucking nerds are on this team. Just remember, this is my personal podium, a stump if you will, for sole use by me as leader for important leadership business. Got it? Future Carcat, 612 hours from now, responded to memo. This is so embarrassing. What was I even thinking? Shut the fuck up. Okay, I'm fed up with this memo. Gonna close it out. You'll hear from me again later when I got something else to say, i.e. just scroll down, you douche. It's all right there already because of time travel. I know, right? Anyway, just to reiterate, full steam ahead. Leader is me forever, obviously. Peace the fuck out, D-bags. I'd like to add to this useless memorandum that I still don't recognize the validity of your leadership. Sweet mother scrub, oozing vestigial third oral sphincter. How can you people be so stupid? It may be true that we are all playing in the same session, but I see no reason to disband the former power structure. Especially if it means instituting it. A tactical moron with a short fuse, a foul mouth, and paralyzing insecurity over the color of his blood. That's all I have to say. Oh, I have a short fuse. That's very funny. You can almost hear me laughing over the sound of the robot you're probably beating to death. Or doing worse to. Hey, you kiss your robot. You do kiss your robots, right? Might as well clear the air long as we're broadcasting this across the entire space-time continuum. Not usually. Haha! The funny thing is, in the future, everyone will recognize me as the undisputed leader, even you. You'll be standing in the hippie toes of your idiotic metal shoes, taking delicate purchase of my nubby horns and hoisting yourself over my head to put your sweatiest tough guy smooch upon my twitching spine lump. It'll be tender and deferential, like a pauper kissing a noble's ring. Just scroll down, read the logs. Nowhere have I seen evidence of this. Most of this is just you from various points in time raving about nonsense and arguing with yourselves. You do realize that here in the future, this bulletin has come to be regarded as something of a joke. A lengthy piece of comedy, often quoted amongst ourselves in private moments of levity. It seems I'm the one to inform you of this up front, which is likely why you persist with the ingratiating charade against better judgment. You're getting off on this, aren't you? What do you mean? This excites you, being the tough guy and pretending like you're putting the awesome leader in his place. You're probably working up a good sweat. Hope you alchemized a bunch of spare towels. Hey, why didn't you and them with your spongy brain for extra absorbency? How do you know about my perspiration problem? I mean, aside from reading about it in this memo. Wait, fudgesicles. What about the queen? Jack was helping us exile her, so both? Okay, hee. Wow, oh my god, Dark's text lady, I get it. No, I don't think so. Oh, where are you then? Okay, sorry I asked. What? No, hee. It's okay, because I don't want to run out of red. Because red is the best and tastes the best. Wait, there was a message there. You're a strange and funny girl. Carcat begins another memo. Man, I don't want to read another memo from Carcat. Current Carcat, right now opened a meadow on team Adore Bloodthirsty. This is as good a time as any to start a new memo. In fact, it's better time than any because according to the laws of chat client Redestination, I don't really have a choice, do I? Fuck, it doesn't matter, it's still a good time to do it. People, we need to get organized here. Shit is getting serious. We're about to embark on Operation Register, a cunning plan devised by Double Arch Agent Jack Knorr to exile the Black Queen. We need all hands on deck for this, even the idiots. And once again, a reminder. Do not troll me in these memos from any point in time, or it's an insta-ban. Also, note to my future self, if you feel the need to say something smug, do me a favor and shove a throb stock in it. Just sit there patiently and wait for me to become you in the due course of time, thus improving your intellect drastically. Or intellects, plural. I forgot, there are a lot of you fuckers out there. All of you just zip your shoots. I mean, seriously, like there's nothing better to do in the future? It's the future, for God's sake, a realm of endless fucking possibilities. Now, before we get started, let's take a toll of the situation at this point in time. My point in time. Who's in so far, who's not, etc. Hey, sorry for busting in on the memo, but I can't get a hold of you. You're not answering. Oh, for fuck's sake. Gam's advice is fucking useless. All he told me was to enjoy a beverage. No, dude, don't drink that shit. If it were up to him, we would all drink Faygo at once in some ritualistic rap clown suicide pact. But instead of committing suicide, the thing that we all accomplish is becoming instantaneous assholes with awful taste. I mean, it's not even bad. It's just soda, but whatever. This isn't the point. This isn't the venue for airing your future problems, Count C, dipshit. I know. It's just I got a problem with Fairy, and I'm really kind of sitting here in bad shape about it, emotionally speaking. Okay, well, I get that. I hear you, bro, but this is still not the right place for this, so I've got to ban you. But seriously, just get in touch with me in private about it, okay, man? We'll get your shit straightened out, okay? Is everybody good? Just gonna sit here for a minute, local time, and see if anyone else has any shit they want to rape off the hair bulge onto my clean nutrition plateau. Anybody? Nobody? Great, wonderful. I now officially declare this nonsense portion of the memo to be over. This decree shall be binding and lasting. Back to planning register. Bear down, everybody. This is fucking important. There is a queen on the loose, and we've got to show a bitch the door. Future Vriska responded to memo. Unfucking-leavable. Carcat, I'm sorry, but do you have any idea how funny this thing is? I mean, this whole thing. I can't stop laughing. Hey, can future you mind prevent me from hitting the ban button? I'm genuinely curious. Go ahead, try to stop me, I dare you. I'm not going to try, I'm just here to say this whole thing is ridiculous. We didn't really need you to pretend to be a little angry general to get any of this done. We kicked the queen out of there, no sweat, it was easy. In fact, I did most of the work myself right before I found all the treasure and scaled all of the rungs. Oh, all of them, you say? Fascinating. Hey, forget the ban button. Use your mind powers to help me locate the desperately attempt to give a shit button. Whoops, we both failed. It doesn't exist. Hey, I'm gone. I just think you should relax. You were wound up so tight through the whole adventure, and now here in the present you're about to explode. It's insufferable. Everybody, did you hear that? Super Future Vriska has an important life lesson for us all. We don't have to worry about our present responsibilities and obligations, because as it turns out, in the future, all that stuff already happened. We're off the fucking hook. Time to relax. Let's all crawl into our cocoons and get busy stimulating our autoerogenous shame globes. First one to start at a wank fire gets a shiny boondollar. This is an order from your leader. Haha. Carcat banned Future Vriska from responding to a memo. Too bad the acronym wasn't HAG instead. It would have suited you much better instead of this nonsense word. Maybe its association with you will colloquially cause it to take on a negative connotation. What do you think? Maybe that will be the new burn, even though it really means nothing in our language. I don't know, this is stupid. Forget it. Okay, I'm rambling here. I'm aware of that. Future me, don't you fucking dare weigh in on this. I know what you're thinking. If I were future me, which I guess I am, I would read this and be all over it. Like, damn it, Carcat, what do you think you're doing? Get to the point. Future Car Cat responded to the memo. Yeah, pretty much. Current Car Cat banned Future Car Cat from responding to memo. So I'm saying it to myself already here, and now I won't have to later. Got it, you biting pricks. I'm losing my train of thought. Maybe I'll pick it up again in a fresh memo later. I don't know if that's right, though, because I vaguely remember this one being longer than this. Pat responded to memo. Hey, oh, son of a bitch. I thought since it looks like you're saying you're out of important memo stuff to say, maybe you could help me here? Since I don't know where you are now, but maybe help me. About a thing that has to do with a girl, like a romance thing you might know? You people are imbeciles, all of you. I'm not posting these memos to counsel you on past and future dating problems. Why are you all such basket cases? I don't even know what to say anymore. Sorry. Should I ban you? What's even the point anymore? One of you stooges will be right on the last one's heels with another sob story. Just hurry up and tell me what your problem is, bro. Okay, I'm sort of lying on Vriska's floor right now, like in her block, lying down. You know, because I can't walk. Oh no shit, really? You can't be serious. When did this happen? Yeah, anyway, she tried to kiss me. Well, she didn't try, she actually did, and then kind of dropped me. And also, we are wearing costumes? Well, I'm not explaining this well. This is so fucked up. What have you gotten yourself into? And now to make it a lot weirder, there's an angry voice in my head. I don't think it's Rufio this time. Rufio's not that angry. He's also imaginary. Like a made-up friend, you know, the way the fairies are. God, I actually remember reading this bullshit, or skimming it at least. How could I forget? More Looney Block Theater. And here I am drawing the curtains for you guys like a dope. Anyway, I think Vriska is upset about it, and she's not talking or anything. What do I do? Okay, well, I can advise you and stuff, but you do realize this is a public bulletin. We should be having this chat in private. Everyone can read this, even her. I mean, fuck, she was just here talking, you dummy. I know I read that, but that's future her, which doesn't seem so bad. Maybe future her can read this, and I guess, I know. Oh, I'm sorry about it. I didn't mean to hurt her feelings. Well, fine, if you want to broadcast a trans timeline apology, then fine, but you should realize the future is kind of a wide open thing. I mean, you could read this like 2 minutes in the future as well as 600 hours. At that point, you would essentially be talking to present her, completely defeating the purpose of your spineless message in a bottle apology. Oh, yeah, I didn't think about that. Past Vriska responded to a memo. Hi. Carcat, shut up. This does not concern you. Whatever, my memo, but whatever. Wow, hi. Tavros, it's okay, really, so you won't feel that way about me. That's fine. I shouldn't have expected any different. I can deal with it. I'm not a wimp like you. I roll with bad breaks all the time, no biggie. In fact, I already have dealt with it. I was over there dealing with it while you were over there on the floor fooling around with your computer after a girl tried to kiss you for some reason. As it turned out, fooling around with your computer to cry on Carcat's shoulder about it? Yeah. You're a strange and funny boy, Tavros. Oh god, this is completely hilarious. Now I see why everyone has been ripping on my memos. Carcat, I said shut the fuck up. Anyway, totally unnecessary. Your apology is accepted. Okay. Now pick yourself up off the floor so we can go wring some fucking treasure out of this miserable magic rock. Yeah, I'll try. Actually, never mind. I'll be over there to help you with that too, kind of like I do with everything. Just lie still and try not to start crying or anything. And wait a few minutes for your time frame to catch up with mine. What? Exactly. I am smarter than you. You see, you're learning. Fuck, enough already. There, great. Another happy couple in whatever hideous quadrant this batshit pairing will sustain. Now off you go. Holy hell, this is exhausting. I don't even know what I was talking about anymore. Okay, maybe I'll take a minute to collect my thoughts and get back on topic here. Future Carcat responded to a memo. No, you won't. This one was particularly nauseating in retrospect. I'm shutting this down. Future Carcat Banned current car cat from responding to the memo. Future car cat closed the memo. Hey, run. Get up, run. Get up on those goddamn jelly legs of yours. Go kiss the girl. I said, get your ass up and go kiss the girl, you pipsqueak. You're making me mad, run. Kiss that girl. I'll rip your horns off and put them through your eyes. I'll pop your little head like a grape. You're a wimp, you know that. Make me kiss her, you wimp. Get up and kiss the girl. You're having trouble bringing yourself to get up and kiss the girl. You kiss that girl this instant. You cannot do it. You cannot kiss the girl. Thief. You will need to be strong. And in time, though prone to distraction and obstinacy, she would, but not alone. To bring every circle closed, her partner and rival would have to be guided in tandem. The thief and the seer were to serve as twin lashes of the scourge cracked by a quasi-royal against her own former kingdom to settle a score. To make him pay, Scourge's black inches would drip red miles through Durs, and the bright rivers gushing from its wounds would wash her mutineers down the drains of exile. In time, they would have to answer for their treason. Patience would be necessary, but then she'd recently come into all the time in the universe. Snowman continues the briefing. Okay, then what? Find the ring before he does. Where is it? Retrieve the ring from the royal vault, and then destroy it. Centuries ago, and yet right now, the Sylph of Space was able to vacate the impact site with several features of her buried landscape in tow. She sits atop her session's dormant forge. Kanaya replies to a memo. Fine then, since past me just banned current me from the preceding memo, and doesn't appear to give a shit about my future wisdom as usual, looks like I'll just have to start another memo from scratch. Hey past me, go have a blast killing the king, I'm sure it'll be awesome. In fact, it was awesome. Bang up jog with that, dude. Too bad it was all a huge waste of time. Oh, what's that, past hole? You didn't read this and figure that out ahead of time? Or maybe you just skimmed this and it didn't get you through your thick bulge. What a shock. Memo within memo to present self. Put forth a more concerted effort to impress upon everyone in the past, myself included. What a bunch of fucking idiots they all are. I am learning a valuable lesson today. It turns out you can't alter the outcome of decisions made by morons no matter how much you yell at them. And all you can really do is give them a hard time and try to make their lives just a little more miserable. Which sounds like a more noble pursuit than changing destiny for the better anyway. Frankly, losers should be forced to face the music even for the mistakes they haven't made yet. Their punishment is being allowed to make the mistake in the first place. Talk about poetic justice. And then getting soundly berated before, during, and after the mistakes are being made is just the mucus on the grub loaf. The sweet, tangy mucus. This is dumb. Why did I ever think these memos were going to be a good idea? Nobody cares. I mean, nobody's even trolling me anymore, and I'm leaving myself wide open, too. Saying some pretty dumb things. I guess maybe I wrote too many, and filled too many of them with long arguments with myself. No one's gonna read through all this. All the valuable information is just getting lost in the yelling. You stupid idiot. Oh, fuck you. Why'd you even start another memo then? I guess there are a couple things I want to get off my chest, okay? Oh god, now I'm arguing with current me. I didn't even notice I was doing it. This is really fucked up. I've got to pull it together. Think back to what we might have done wrong. But the thing is, as much as our past selves are a bunch of stubborn, unlistening assholes, I can't really identify any mistakes we made. It was all pretty much like clockwork. A 600-hour campaign to complete a game like this is pretty good if you ask me. And I have asked me. It turns out me agrees. I can't shake the feeling someone else must be responsible for this. It doesn't seem like this was something that was supposed to happen in our session. Solix has the same intuition about it as me. He thinks there's something fishy about it. It's really insufferable the way her fish puns have rubbed off on him. Kind of makes me want to vomit. Anyway, he says he's working on tracing the origin of this disaster. If I find out who's responsible, I will. I don't even want to think about it now. Waste of good, fresh rage. I'm a little tired of all the old things I've been angry about. It's gotten so stale. In a weird way, I'm sort of looking forward to having something new to be pissed off about. It's not like there's anything else to live for now anyway. So I'm keeping my prongs crossed. It'll be like fucking 12th Parage's Eve up in here. Last Sweep's Eve was probably the last happy memory I have, in fact. What did you guys do for the last holiday? Anyone? I remember my Lucis had been gone for days and I was starting to get worried. But then he finally returned triumphant. He brought the fresh behemoth leaving into our hive and together we decorated it and, I don't know. That's all I can say. I'm getting a lump in my squawk blister. I guess I'm done. I'm gonna lie down now. On the steel floor of this frigid meteor, drifting through the black, uncaring void of our null session. Null, kinda like this memo, I guess, later. I don't think we did anything special. Whoa, hey, what? Last 12th, we stayed in, and I read stories to her. It was nice. Oh, that's cool. This is the first time you've responded to a memo that I can recall. You took it right down to the wire. I was just about to close this thing. Yeah, I know. I wasn't sure if I was going to, but then I noticed the conversation in which I was a participant, which, as it turns out, is the conversation taking place right now. I scanned it briefly and then perused other memos for my presence, and I found none in return to this one, but my part of this conversation was gone. I regard this as a prompt to begin typing and record my contributions live. That is how this works, isn't it? Pretty much. For a while it was frustrating. When I discovered the feature, I kind of breezed through all my future memos, not really reading any of them carefully or thoroughly. Then I looked at it again and the whole board was gone. Because it was time to make it in the first place, so I did. And then I kept making memos with only foggy recollections of what they contained, while all these other chumps from different times kept giving me shit, including myself. But it was all good, because as I eventually became my own future selves, and got to be on the other sides of those conversations, and could do my past selves the service of informing them how stupid they were being, I stopped bothering trying to remember how any of those memos went. Honestly, the last few weeks have been a blur to me, just non-stop yelling at myself, haggling with past and future knuckleheads, killing monsters and solving puzzles, cycling through all the gates and planets like 100 times, zigzagging down to the battlefield, out to the Vale, over to Prospit, back to Durst, and on and on and on like that until we thought we won. But we didn't win, we lost. We lost as hard as that guy's fall. What exactly happened? Did you read the memo just before this? No. Give it a read. I'm done ranting about it for now. Alright, in a moment. But yeah, that's how Julian's timeline stuff works. You get used to it. Or not, since apparently this is your only memo reply. You were pretty shrewd in sidestepping this whole clusterfuck. It seems like a logical way to engineer a system wherein one simultaneously functions as the reader and author of the transcripts. It's temporally sound construction. Then you're the only one who thinks so. Hell, you probably would have been a better mate of time than the one we were stuck with. She's completely shit-hive maggots. Don't even get me started. I think we are given roles to challenge us that don't necessarily suit our strengths. At least I was. I have no idea what I'm doing here. Sure you do. Or you will. Trust me, you'll do fine. So what prompted you to respond anyway? I mean, aside from being strong-armed by conversational predestination. Oh, at this point, I'm not even sure if I'm inclined to ask anymore. You might not have a choice. Do you remember if this memo was much longer than this? There is a good way to get... Oh, I think, yeah. Then might as well spit it out. It's such a silly question. Red or black? What? Your problem. Does it pertain to red ROM or black ROM interests? That's not what this is about. Come on, people have been using these memos to sift through their romantic problems for weeks. I'm a fucking veteran at this shit by now. Seriously, I don't mind. It'll be a welcome reprieve. I'm shouting at myself. I'm not really sure what to say about it. Didn't you at least get a sense of what this conversation was about when you skimmed it? Not really. If I were thinking about it, I probably wouldn't have wanted to anyway. Don't you think it's better to have unrehearsed conversations, even if the subject matter is awkward? Yes, I completely agree. It's good you didn't read it. We can avoid the sort of verbal slapstick routines I'm sick to fucking death of by now. I'm so tired of people being all coy and telling me that what we're about to say before we say it, and then we wind up fucking saying it anyway. And then we proved the invisible riddler that is Father Time beyond a shadow of a doubt. What a bunch of fucking idiots we all are. Do you have any idea how old that gets after a while? So really tell me. I know it's on your mind. I got a sense of these things. R or B. Okay. Red then? But I guess not really red though. Haha. Well, isn't that always the case? Story as old as time, even in places where, strictly speaking, time didn't exist until recently. Who's the target of these flush leanings, if you don't mind my asking? It's not the asking I mind, it's the telling in a public forum. I don't think anyone's reading. Did you notice anyone else join in later? No, it appeared to be just the two of us. See, nobody cares enough to bother. I don't know whether that's reassuring or just a bit disheartening. Well, I didn't mean it like that. Their disinterest is more a reflection on me than you. Disinterest is the operative concept here. She's not even responding to my messages anymore. Could be busy, but I'm rapidly approaching a resolution to discard the preposterous infatuation. Well, I guess it narrows it down somewhat. Shit. If I think back on events knowing this, I could probably piece it together. How about if I agree to consult with you about it in private? We can drop it here, before you crack me like a volt with your weird romance-sleuthing acumen. Alright, deal. It still puzzles me that you're so versed on the topic. Do you have access to a manual archived on a remote server somewhere? What? No, of course not. I don't actually know all that much. I just know this stuff will drive you shit-hive maggots if you don't figure out how to deal with it. That figure of speech you keep using puzzles me too. Like, not that I expect you to give a shit, but personally I'm all twisted up about Black ROM stuff especially. Honestly, I don't think I was cut out to have a kismesis. I think my standards are way too high. Did you know that? This feels so insane to admit, but over the course of this adventure, at times I actually began to suspect I was my own kismesis. How fucked up is that? I'm not qualified to say neither romance nor psychology are my strong suits. But obviously it's not true. I never even did any legit time traveling where I could meet myself. I just bickered with past and future ghosts on a chat client. Fitting really, every malignous adversary I've ever contemplated has eluded me like a phantom, even myself. Whatever, I'm done with it. And what of Scarlet ambitions? Fare any better in that quadrant? No, I'm not airing that shit out here. Maybe privately. It's private. Let's change the subject. What were you originally gonna ask me? Oh, fine. Here's this silly question for you. I was just wondering, given your vantage of hindsight, if you'd had cause to observe at any point in time magic, Like real magic? I guess what I'm asking is magic a real thing? Wow, you're right. That's kind of the dumbest fucking question I've ever heard. I know, it's just... I have a good reason to believe magic is real. Our ancient predecessors discovered how to use it, but then they may have surpassed us in skill by a great deal. You put way too much stock in that ratty old guide. But anyway, no. We never used magic. I mean, let me try to put it into perspective how ridiculous the whole notion is anyway. We can alchemize practically anything with the right materials and grist. We can and did make super powerful weapons and items that can do practically anything. What additional advantage could magic offer? All this shit is practically magic anyway, but more like goofy sciencey magic, you know? Sure. But everything here is kind of magic in a way, isn't it? Fortune-telling dream clouds and golden moons and shit. If you look around, there's magic everywhere in this bitch. It's all around us. Motherfucking miracles, right? What do you need magic for anyway? I'm running out of ideas. I need to figure out a way to stoke this volcano. In case you and the others are successful in recovering the Queen's Ring. You'll figure it out, and you won't need magic, trust me. Just be patient. The answer will come to you somehow. I guess you would know. Yeah, really, there's nothing to worry about. At least as far as the details of the adventure go. We were all pretty awesome at this game. Really awesome, in fact. Until a little while ago. When it turned out we weren't actually all that awesome. Turns out we were pretty fucking unawesome all along. Still baffled by what would conceivably cause a crisis in awesomeness post-victory. Well, for starters, have you scrolled up to the top of the timelines yet? No. Check that out. Maybe read a few recent memos, but other than that, it's not for you to concern yourself with. Just deal with getting through the quest. I'll catch up with you about it when you catch up with me on the timeline. Which just so happens to be right now. Say hi to me for myself. Okay, I probably won't do that, but alright. What the hell are you doing over there anyway? You mean future me? Yeah, you're messing around with your chainsaw while Tavris is sleeping on the floor. Oh god! Fuck, what are you doing? What? What did I do? Okay, everything's fine, I guess. I passed out for about an hour. Fucking embarrassing. You are out of your goddamn mind, you know. Shit hive maggots, you mean? Yeah, in a good way, though. Okay, I'm shutting this memo down for my past self. Since he's currently lying unconscious on the floor an hour ago. I'll see you in the future now. Till then. Can I ask scrolls up? Trezzy flies up. Hey Trezzy, hey! Hi Trezzy. Hi! Hee 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 hee. Trezzy responds. Okay, I got your message. Thanks for not hassling me about it in one of those memos to get my attention. I appreciate that. Unless you did, but it was in a future memo I haven't written yet, in which case I have a big time fuck you about that in advance. No, I didn't bug you about it in your stupid memos. They're annoying and I'm tired of getting banned for no reason. Posting in them at all is the reason. You're not supposed to reply to memos, period. That's the reason. Maybe I'll start my own bulletin board and everyone will be allowed to reply anytime they want. Except for guys with nubby horns. Oh no, they will not be able to reply at all. Grumpy car cats will be expressly forbidden from Rainbow Rumpus Party Town. Sounds lame. By the way, that'll be the name of a board in case it wasn't clear. Yeah, I got that. This is an empty thread because if you made a board at any point in the timeline, I would be able to see it right here. And read the whole thing already. Wait, oh god, you actually did! Yes! Future Trezzy is looking pretty cool right about now. Look, I don't care about the Fruity Rumpus asshole factory. What's all this about going after the Queen's Ring? Well, the thing that is... all about it is... we have to go after the Queen's Ring. It is a new mission. But we're still in the middle of trying to pull off Register with Jack. Why don't we take it one mission at a time? Yeah, about that. The whole point is to destroy the ring so Jack doesn't get it. Why would we want to do that? Jack's an ally. Also, the mission sort of involves exiling Jack, too. This is bullshit. We're not exiling Jack. He's cool. Carcat, he's not that cool. Yes, he is. He's still a total badass with a fuck ton of blades and shit, and he's helping us out. Okay, I think it's pretty cute that you sort of look up to him like that, but seriously, I do not get a good feeling from him. He kind of stinks. Let me act shocked like I didn't see that coming. Fuck, I forgot my horns. I always forget them. No, well, sort of. He doesn't smell bad, actually. He smells like really clean and shiny and dark. Dark, like an oil slick, and there is a tiny hint of licorice there, too. It's more like the way he moves. I smell his smooth motions and the way he squints his eyes, and it gives me this really nervous feeling. What a surprise. You're dragging your nose into this. What an outstanding character witness. Objection, your tyranny. Hahaha. Bottom line is, I am not going to exile Jack because you believe you can smell malice off an interpretive dance. Carcat, he's a jerk. He has stabbed you on more than one occasion. Some of those stabbings were accidental. Okay, well, I know for a fact the third time was accidental. Anyway, you've eaten the shit out of me a few times yourself, but I didn't draw blood. I mean, I could have to satisfy my curiosity, but I didn't as a courtesy to you, since you still want to keep it a secret from me like a petulant little wiggler. Hey, I promised I'd tell you, I just wasn't ready, okay? Well, it's okay, I know what color your blood is anyway. No, you don't. Yep, I totally do. Lies, I've been very careful. Not like all you classless shitbags who slop your blood all over the place every goddamn minute like it's some weird fetish. What? Blar, hold on. What is it? I said hold on. Sometimes it's hard to pick out the letters from the hollow projection. I need to get a closer look. Are you licking your glasses again? I hate it when you do that. It's fucking disgusting. Nop. What would have ever guessed you that idea? Hehehehe. Trezzy gets a closer look. That is better. It's much easier to read your color this way. You drab, dirty pavement gray, on top of the bright candy red like a shiny lollipop. Does that sound familiar, Carcat? Yes, I'm extremely familiar with this sort of nonsense by now, sure. No, I mean gray on red, like the way your skin conceals your blood. What? Candy red, like your planet. You have strong cherry cough syrup in your veins. It is completely delicious. Who told you? Did Jack tell you? No, he doesn't talk much. I figured it out myself. How? I got a closer look, remember? No. You are playing so dumb. You know exactly what I'm talking about. I cleaned up my wound and changed my shirt before I even met you. I've been extremely careful. So you're going to have to fill me in. It was when I got close enough to smell it under your skin. Please, Carcat, do not pretend that you forgot about our little moment. Well, you mean during... Fuck. Oh, Let's not talk about this, not here. This isn't a memo. This is a private correspondence just between us, remember? I know, but damn it, writing all these memos has made me paranoid. It just doesn't feel secure chatting about it over the client. I don't know. We can talk about it in person. How in person do you mean? Uh-oh, look at my eyebrows getting carried away here. Carcat, help, they're out of control. Those are eyebrows? I thought they were horns. They're horns too. They're whatever I want them to be. Don't change the subject by being cute. Well, apparently I just can't fucking help myself, can I? Nope. How can you even smell so damn well anyway? You give me a hard time about being coy about shit, but when it comes to your crazy senses, you're so vague. It's like trying to decipher the daily horoscope riddle, or the riddles for all 48 signs combined. You're a relentless subject changer. Fine, it's okay if you don't want to talk about it. God, you're so shy for an angry guy who wants to be a big shot leader. It's ridiculous. Look, we'll talk, I promise. Why don't you say some stuff about yourself for a change and cut me some slack? Okay. I'm sure I mentioned after you met my sprite. I learned from her through my dreams before she hatched. Yeah, but it's still so vague. That's the whole point about a straight answer. How about a straight answer? Okay, I'll try. When I went blind, that's when I first woke up. And my Lucis helped me wake up, sort of. You mean on Prospect's moon? Yes. But, except for a very brief moment, I was blind in my dreams too. The dream's elf image I project can't see because I guess deep down I really want to. Because deep down, I don't really want to. Why is that? Is it out of spite to Veriska? I know I'd probably be cool with it out of spite more than anything. No, not that there wasn't some satisfaction in being okay with it. Grateful about it even, and making sure she knew that, but that's not it. The day it happened was the first time I ever heard from my Lucis. She woke me up, and ever since has been teaching me different ways to see. A different way to perceive everything, I guess, not just in a sensory way. Okay, so why did you never tell me any of this? You wouldn't have gotten it. Even now, you still don't really. You'd not even seen Skya yet. How am I supposed to wake up? I don't know. Something different does it for everybody. How many of us are awake now? How much of the future did you see before we started? In the clouds like Kanaya? Also, how did you go blind anyway? What did she do to you? I don't know why you're so cagey about that. I still don't see how she could blind you without being anywhere near you. Obviously she can't control you, so what gives? Carcat, shut up. God, how about if I tell you about that stuff next time we're in person? In fact, I'll tell you when you wake up. Until then, I'll keep tabs on you in your tower while you sleep like a little honey pajama pupa nestled in his cocoon. Wait, let me guess, do I look adorable? Actually, you look kind of like a big pile of smelly barf. Wow, what the fuck? Of course you do, dumbass. Oh, then good, I guess? Okay, I've gotta fly. Don't worry about the ring mission. You can stay busy with Regiserp. I'll organize the new mission myself later. Wait, Terezi, please don't tell them about my blood. I want to tell them. I mean, I will tell them later, once they respect me as leader. Okay, I'll keep that a secret if you keep this. One I tell you, which is that, between you and me, Carcat. I think they already do. Bye. Bye. Yeah, I don't know it. Super Bro and Hella Jeff, Terezi Ascend. Oh. Make her pay. Atta girl. Diamond's Droog, move this along. Someone needs to grab the reins on the timeline management here. These delinquents waste too much time. Can't seem to conduct their business with any efficiency at all. Payback scenarios notwithstanding, there's always time to be made for a good comeuppance. Skip to the end. Quit bossing me around, I'm not okay with it. I know what I'm doing. That's what I like to hear. As you were then. Viridia, skip to the end. Future Aradia, 2 hours and 16 minutes from now. Open a private trans-timeline bulletin board. Road to the Undoing. This private board will and has already served as a log of past events for future selves to record, and guide of future events for past selves to follow. I don't know which half of its role has been or will be more important. Possibly neither is critical, since deviation from the course is mostly impossible, and reflection on its traversal is completely irrelevant. But I'm typing this anyway because I'm bored again. And here I was thinking we were finished taking orders from voices. We've only swapped the imperatives of the dead with those of our future selves, who are also dead. Yes, it seems that way. Oh well, it was an enjoyable reprieve from fatalism while it lasted. I'd nearly managed to savor it, an arrow narrowly avoided then. I think we should refrain from dialogue in this memo, without resorting to bannings or absurd exchanges of self-repudiation. Yeah, I agree. I just thought I'd interject that and go. Okay. We will have already amassed an army to confront the Black King. An army consisting of our alternate future selves, each one rerouted from a doomed offshoot of the Alpha timeline, each given another chance at a constructive influence over the ultimate outcome. By the way, if you didn't know already, a future self returning to the past from a doomed timeline will always be slated for imminent destruction herself. It's one of the rules. And the unfortunate reality is this will and always has been a mass suicide mission. Or it would be, and already would have been, if we weren't already dead. Mobilizing ourselves in such numbers would be required to neutralize the King's psychic attacks. It would take our combined concentration to dampen the abilities he inherited from Gulbgalib. Without the cumulative effort of our doomed reserves, without the heightened mental and physical endurance of our robotic vessels, without the untimely demise we all shared before this began, victory would not be possible. He would kill us all with one dreadful sound. I don't know if it was just bad luck, or an extension of the curse Karkat insists he brought on us, that led to the incidental and fortuitous prototyping of Effery's powerful Lucis, without which the battle would have posed little challenge. I think it was more likely just another inevitability, a product of collusion between the disparable forces at play. A bargain struck between what Skaya knows already and what the gods demand up front. Together they orchestrate trials sufficient to ensure that in overcoming he would be proven worthy of inheriting the ultimate reward. Rivet. Whoops. And so it would be, and has been already, that while distracted by the combined efforts of our doomed legion, the king would be aggressed by the others, even though each would be well prepared, perched on the highest rungs of their ash ladders, equipped with the best weaponry Grist could build, versed in the deadliest fray modus spoon dollars could buy. even though the meteors from King's own reckoning would be turned against him. And with one possibly lucky roll of the dice at the final moment, we would only narrowly succeed. But ultimately, we would prove our worth, and the reward would be within our reach, but only momentarily. Before we would be able to claim it, we would be interrupted by something which would be ushered into our session by a rift in paradox space, a rift which we would determine will be opened by 4 members of a fledgling species who will be playing in another session of the same game that we will and have already played. Their rift will lead to the great undoing, without unnecessarily causing it. Not directly. Such rifts are themselves supposedly benign, useful even. They're catalogued phenomena within the game itself, with a provided means of creating them and a wide range of scenarios for which it might be prudent to do so. The Incyposphere locals have a more formal term for them. They typically refer to such a rift as a scratch. The direct effects of a scratch are limited to the session invoking it. We would not experience or observe those effects from our session, but we would experience the consequences in the form of that which prevented us from claiming our reward. He whose hand would be forced by the scratch to emerge from hiding. But there would be no adequate way to prepare, even with all the foresight at our disposal, for a foe more powerful than the king we will and have already defeated, for a demon who is indestructible, omnipotent, and enraged. While the rest of the party would abscond, our duplicates would buy us time. They would all be killed again. All except for me. This is just as well, I suppose. What would we even do with all those copies anyways? We would return to the site of our hatching, so to speak, where we would hide amidst a veil depleted by the reckoning, and wait, drifting in the wide orbit of our soon-to-be null session, banned from the universe we left behind. And yet, in being denied the ultimate reward, we would be barred from entry. Into the universe we created. End of Act 5, Act 1. Alright. Neat. That's a good place to stop for now, I think. Good a place as any, at least.